Yo, dude. Dude.
Oh. Sorry. I'm just feeling major food coma here.
I told you to take a nap. Recently, we did a video on kitchen devices that were worth it, but these were like more glamorous devices that are more expensive, like my pressure cooker, my sous vide device, my vacuum sealer, that type of thing. But today we're going to talk about some of the ordinary tools that make cooking essentially less frustrating, for me anyways, and maybe more fun, so that you get yourself in the kitchen more often instead of going to get takeout because you don't have the right tools to do what you want to do. All the tools that I'll be discussing today can be found in the description below, and every time you click on one of our affiliate links, it helps to keep the channel going, more than you know. So let's get started. I initially bought my sieve, sifter, whatever you want to call it, to sift flour. But I've been quite lazy in sifting flour as of late. I've just been running a whisk through it, which I'm sure is not a baking technique. I use this actually almost daily now to rinse my rice. I don't know if everybody rinses their rice. Asians rinse rice. And I used to rinse it in the liner of a rice cooker and then just kind of pour the water out as I'm done each rinse. And often more rice would fall into the sink than it should. So with the sieve, it's great because you can rinse it in the sieve. So I like to use it for that. And also to strain broths or gravy or anything like that, to remove bones and bits if you didn't want it in your liquid. The next item is a salad spinner.
That sounds real glamorous.
It is. I love my salad spinner because I can get lettuce dry fast, or any vegetables, leafy vegetables that I'm washing. But the very first salad spinner I bought, I think I must have bought it from a dollar store because it had holes at the bottom and a basket in the middle and then a lid that kind of cranked the basket around. And because it had holes at the bottom, it had to sit in the sink in order to drain, because you can't spin it on your counter because everything will get wet.
That design sounds genius.
Anyways, the second one I bought was an OXO brand one, and I love the OXO salad spinner. It comes with a hard plastic bowl that you can also use as a salad bowl, and the basket goes in the middle, and then this lid that you can unlock and you spin by pushing it down like a top. And then there's also this stopper that stops it from spinning. Oh yes, and then there is a grippy base so that it's not
gonna fly around.
Yeah, while it spins like a top.
Uh-huh.
This is actually my second OXO salad spinner because the other one I had for maybe 12 years, the plastic started to break down. Let me show you how dry we can get our lettuce. I just have a few pieces of lettuce here that is wet. I'll just toss it in here. You can see all the beads of water that it's spinning out. Gets pretty dry. So much easier than wrapping it up in a towel and spinning it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you're alluding to.
When I'm camping, I don't take my salad spinner with me. So I throw the lettuce into a towel to kind of twist it up, and it's supposed to work by spinning your towel around, but all I got was lettuce all over the place. So it didn't really work for me. The next item I have is my box grater. And really I just use the potato grating side. But I've had this box grater for almost 20 years, but I don't like using the little ones, the ones with the little openings, because I don't know how to clean it. Food gets stuck in there and it's just really hard to clean. But even after the amount of time I've had it, this side is still super sharp. I have no problems grating anything with this side. Because I don't like using the smaller sides, I actually prefer using our microplanes that I've also had for, I don't know, a good 15 years at least.
Well, a lot of these things are like older than our kids.
I know, and you know what? I'm all for spending a little bit more and buying tools that are going to last. Like this whole era that we live in today, even knives, I find, like at Costco, they sell like $15, like a set of knives, like 6 knives for 15 bucks. It's like, well, what? So once they dull, you just pull out the next one and then it just gets thrown into our landfill, and I just don't think that's right. So if you can get good tools for a little bit more that will last you for a long time, I'm all for that. Since he's my cleaner, he can show you how the next one works.
Okay. I forgot which video was we're talking about cleaning pans, and someone asked, hey, could you do a cleaning, how you care for the cast iron? If you can imagine a dirty pan on here, so if there was like oil on here or grease, I wipe up as much as I can with a paper towel and put that into the compost, because I don't want to, or nobody should be draining fat and stuff that can coagulate down the drain. I think that would be a plumbing no-no. Okay, you've taken off the excess gunk, and then you're gonna use your sponge or your, I don't know, your scrubbing pad or whatever. Guess what? All that gunk that's left on there still, like the debris and the bigger chunks, it just gets ground into the sponge, it gets ground into the scrubbing pad, and it's gross, dude. So what I do is that I use a scraper and I just scrape up that debris, and in this case, this large one has edges that kind of conform to the contours of the pan, so I can get right in there, scrape it all around, depending on what your pan and how it's shaped, it's gonna get in there. So I scrape it up, and then I will take that stuff that I've scraped off, put it in the compost, and at that point you have a much cleaner surface to get clean finally with that scrubbing pad or that sponge, and you're not gonna wind up with this gross debris that you still have to clean out of your sponge. So yeah.
I agree. Thanks, dude. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you're my cleaner.
Sometimes I'm glad too.
This is probably one of my favorite items. It is the OXO vegetable peeler, and we've had this probably our whole entire marriage. I think I bought a whole set of OXO tools, and this was one of the items that came with it. And the blade continues to be super sharp, and it is just really simple and easy to use, and it's dependable. Rachel from Sweet and Simple Home added this as one of her favorite items for fall in one of her videos. So,
I think she used the words
game changer.
Is it still a game changer, Rachel? Yeah, I thought so. So let's see this thing in action. So I don't know if your potato or your vegetable peeler works this easily, but yeah, it just peels in one strip. It's super sharp. And again, it's not like I've sharpened this. It's just what I've had all these years, and it still works great. I was recently at an event where I had to use tongs to pick up something, and I have these tongs that came with something, and it's not my favorite tongs. But just to give you an idea of what I mean, when I went to pick up something, the I don't know what to call these, but it would flip, it would move like this. So then I couldn't pick up anything. These I've had for, again, probably about almost 20 years, and they are my favorite tongs. Sometimes I even love it more than my chopsticks.
no.
Tried to pick up stuff and then it just goes bloop.
Yeah, that's they bloop. That's
yep.
pretty terrible.
Anyways, get yourself a good set of tongs and it will make life so much easier. With summer just around the corner, one of my favorite things to eat is ice cream. This ice cream scoop is amazing. Again, we've had this for probably almost 20 years. It's filled with a heat conductive liquid.
I can hear it.
Hear that? And I think the idea is the heat from your hand will heat up the liquid and it will, I don't know, goes into the bottom part. So when you're scooping,
it keeps the scoop from freezing over.
Yeah. So, and it just cuts through your ice cream like it's nothing. And you know when you try to get ice cream out of a scoop, sometimes they don't come out, right? Amazing. We're going to try something different this week, guys. I'm going to share some of the comments I've received recently. Hope you'll enjoy them as much as I have. This one is from Mark C. If your guy has more than 3 pairs of shoes, he's gay. No argument. Mark, I assure you, he is not gay. Here's a nice one from Christine Miner. Hey Flo, bought your cookbook, wanted to pass on my thanks. We have made about 5 of your recipes so far and they are easy to follow with lots of flavor. So thanks, you made my life easier. That's what I'm looking for, Christine. So glad you're enjoying the cookbook. This one is from TDMR. Useful but hard to watch with the way you struggle to speak and form proper sentences. And here's one from Rich Land. Dude loses the shoe debate and almost my faith in manhood, but I know he's a good guy and the best videographer in the business. Dudette is as usual the best. Excellent and deserves toys. Really? So now I'm Dudette?
Yeah, and I need more shoes.